My name is Deepak Vohra. I'm an ambassador of India and a special advisor in some African countries. I've spent a lot of time in what is referred to as the Middle East or West Asia. First, let me say very clearly that I love Israel. I love the people. I love their system. I love their discipline. And I do empathize with them because they are a small nation fighting several monsters who surround them on all sides. Now, whatever one might say about Benjamin Netanyahu, also fondly referred to as Bibi, no one can doubt his commitment to his country. When there was talk, when Trump in his, or Joe Biden, I don't remember who, decided to have some kind of a nuclear deal with Iran, Bibi Netanyahu said, "This is arrant nonsense, don't do it." He spoke to the US Congress. He said, "You are threatening the survival of Israel. I'm your strongest friend in the region. I'm trying to stabilize it. And by coming to a deal with Iran, you are messing things up for me." So his commitment to his country and his conviction that if Iran gets a nuclear bomb, it will be, I don't want to say, use a harsher word, but it will be deep trouble. It won't be quits, but it'll be deep trouble for Israel. So he's going to prevent that at any cost. And of course, Shri McDonald Trump also supported him when together they bombed the hell out of several Iranian facilities. Now his government is in a minority. I've seen this before. These are ultra-Orthodox parties that have quit. His allies, they're saying you should be much harsher. You're not being harsh enough. It has happened before. A defense minister quit, etc., etc. There are two opinions. One opinion is that Netanyahu might go and then he will have to face the charges that have been levied against him, against which he has immunity while he's prime minister, of corruption, of mismanagement, of not running the country well, etc. There's a second opinion, which is that while he is there, the Arabs around him will be very careful about creating more trouble for Israel. I tend to share the second opinion. Now, as far as the attitude of the Israeli military and the regime towards Hamas is concerned, there will be no change. There were a lot of protests in the United States by young kids when Israel started clobbering Hamas in Gaza. And there was some nonsense from the mountain to the sea, Gaza will be free. These are kids who have not lived through 9/11. They should have asked their parents. The kind of devastation that radical Islam did to the United States, killing over 3,000 people, bringing down two iconic structures in Manhattan. They would then understand what it was all about and why America went into Afghanistan. So I would say that those who think that Israel is now going to change its strategy towards Hamas, no, it is not going to change its strategy towards Hamas. It's going to continue to fight till it has extinguished Hamas or booted them out of Gaza. The challenge that Israel faces is not the military strength of Hamas or Hamas's aggression against Israel in military terms. It's the demographic aggression. Israel is a small country with a population of less than 10 million. Their Israeli women do not have many children, whereas Hamas, who are hardcore radical Islamists, their homes, even if it's a one-bedroom apartment, will have 15 or 20 children in it. So Israel understands, thinking Israelis, all Israelis understand that they're also facing a demographic aggression. Whether they like Benjamin Netanyahu or not is not really the relevant issue. They also understand that they have to fight for Israel's survival. Now, as far as the Druze and the Syrians are concerned, I know the Druze. I knew Walid Jumlat. I had met him a few times, the spiritual head and temporal head of the Druze community. Very fine people. Syria, there is trouble because a certain Shri McDonald Trump decided one day that the fellow who till the day before was a great terrorist with several $1 million on his head suddenly became such a handsome darling and a good-looking guy, shaved off his beard, put on a suit, and is now the president, unelected, of course, of Syria. And so Donald Trump thinks that by befriending Syria, he would be able to keep them away from Israel. Now, that I believe is a hope that he has. It's a fond hope. Israel understand they've been bombing certain areas in Syria. They've been bombing Damascus. They understand that although the government has changed, although the figurehead has changed, the radical Islamists in Syria are not going to change. For 3 generations, like with our neighbor Pakistan, their minds have been poisoned that the Yehudi has no right to exist. To sum up, therefore, even if Netanyahu loses his job, I believe he'll call for fresh elections. The president of Israel will agree. Fresh elections will be held. And I believe that Netanyahu's regime, his party, will come back with an enhanced majority because the war against Islamic terror in the Middle East is starting. It's going to be a long haul.